Everybody, this is WesternPacificWeather.com's video update for Tropical Storm Meari or Falcon and Tropical Depression Haima. It is the 22nd of June 2011, 3:30 p.m. time or 4:30 in the afternoon Japan time. Robert Spada isn't here with us today and probably for the next few weeks, so I'll be filling in, making this weather video updates as well as providing text updates on WesternPacificWeather.com. So the first tropical depression we're watching is Haima, traversing the South China Sea, located approximately 220 kilometers south of Hong Kong. Approximate sustained winds are at 55 kph with gusts reaching up to 75 kph. It is moving north-northwestward at 15 kph. JMA is actually classifying this as a tropical storm at the moment due to reported winds from Hong Kong of about 35 knots. Tropical JTWC, on the other hand, is skipping it as a tropical depression as of this moment. The data taken are from the 6 Zulu update. You can see Haima here as well as TD07W or Falcon, now a tropical storm actually, Meari. This Haima inducing the southwest monsoon to the Philippines, as well as providing some heavy rain towards Hainan and southern China, including Hong Kong. And it should be moving to make landfall probably early tomorrow in southwestern Guangdong province. And this is the latest microwave image, and you can see at the center, the convection is mainly sheared to the south. The system right now is encountering moderate wind shear, about 20 knots. And you can see the center is right over here, and its convection is mainly to the south. Hong Kong is over here. And the Ascot Pass, which measures wind based on waves about the surface, taken this earlier today. You can see 35 knot winds just to the south of Hong Kong. And the Hong Kong Observatory HKO also showing this latest wind measurements. You can see almost 40 knots here in Ngongping. So you can see the range about 20 to 40 knots, 35 to 75 kph. So certainly some tropical storm force winds being felt in this region. I have also seen maximum gusts of up to 120 kph recently, so definitely strong winds. And as of right now, storm force signal number 3 is in effect for the whole of Hong Kong as of this moment. So definitely very windy and very stormy conditions, not only the wind but as well as the heavy rain that's going to impact the region as well as southern China and Hainan over the next few days. Now, as for the forecast, the computer models are in good agreement as to where this will go in the next 2 days. And as I said before, it is nearing landfall in southwestern Guangdong. I'm not really familiar with Chinese geography and Chinese cities here, so let's just say it will track just north of Hainan and make landfall early tomorrow morning, Thursday. And it is in good agreement, as I said before, the JTWC also showing that landfall here. And the JMA, they are also forecasted for the long range, medium range in 2 to 3 days time, showing the remnants of tropical depression Haima to move towards northern Vietnam, probably bringing heavy rain there, but not as much as damaging winds. And that is the forecast for Haima, tropical depression Haima. You can see also TD07, now a tropical storm, as I said, and we'll get to that later on. Now, as for the newly developed tropical storm Meari or Falcon, it was last located 740 kilometers east-southeast of Manila. You can see this very broad circulation just east of the Philippines and beginning to affect actually Mindanao, eastern Visayas, and the Bicol region in Luzon. Sustained winds are at 65 kph with gusts up to 85 kph. The storm is moving west-northwestward at 20 kph. Again, data taken at 6 Zulu. Again, I mentioned this very broad circulation, and still trying to early stage of development as a tropical storm. We expect that to continue for the next 24 hours. The ASCAT again showing that broad circulation and strong winds, about tropical storm force indeed, but 35 knots here to the north and south of the circulation. You can't really see the defined center here, but you can see the northeasterly winds and the northwesterly and northeasterly winds here around the circulation. And this is also the IR imagery. See the Philippines here being affected already by this storm and strengthening that southwest monsoon here. See the effects of Haima as well, affecting western Luzon, including specifically the Ilocos region. That's gonna drop like 50 to 100 millimeters of rain. Last time I checked, those were the latest reports from the weather stations here around the island. And you can see that going back to Meari, you can see that very broad circulation, that convection now beginning to become much more organized. And we'll see that to continue developing. The development will be slow according to JDWC and some other weather agencies because of its sheer size. Normally you would want a smaller tropical cyclone for rapid intensification, but anything is possible here in the space in West Pacific, and right now it's looking really, really good. I'm not gonna be surprised if it'll be upgraded to a typhoon in the 24 to 36 hours. Now, as for the forecast, computer models are in good agreement with the short-term forecast, showing a track well away from Luzon, definitely not going to make landfall as of right now. Although, as I said before, because of its size, it could definitely affect the eastern seaboard, including Cagayan, Isabela, and Aurora, probably bringing moderate to heavy rain and probably gonna bring high sea waves as well. You can see on the medium to long term, most models are showing a more poleward movement into the Yellow Sea. NOGAPS here, the Navy model, is actually predicting a track closer to Okinawa, just west of the island here. And although most of them are showing a track also away from Taiwan, so no landfall here from the computer models as well. You can see the ECMWF, the Euro model, also showing that track poleward movement to the Korean Peninsula in the coming days, probably next week there. You can also see the remnants of Haima being shown by the Euro model approaching northern Vietnam in 3 days' time. Now you can see this wind field being connected to the Philippines because of the monsoon there. So going to be bringing that gusty winds at times, as well as moderate to heavy rain. Also showing that wind affecting Taiwan in the coming days or so. Now this forecast from computer models and the ECMWF is very crucial for Okinawa because most of them are showing track just to the west of the area, so that means they're gonna experience the strongest winds from the side of the storm. You can see it showing about strong tropical storm winds. We can't rule out a rapid intensification here because of the favorable conditions of the sea surface temperatures. Although wind shear is light to moderate, at 10 to 20 knots, not a big deal, but it could affect the storm in the long run. Here is the wind mean analysis, the track we use to forecast, and you can see this high pressure continue to build in. You can see this is Haima here moving just to the Guangdong province, and this is Falcon or Meari moving west-northwestward, generally west-northwestward, and then take to round the ridge into the Yellow Sea and to the Korean Peninsula. Now that is the preliminary forecast from us, and definitely that's our that's what we are thinking right now. This is our short-term forecast, showing that intensification probably becoming a category 1 as early as tomorrow, and a category 2 probably before it reaches the east of Taiwan. As I said, the rapid intensification is not out of the question. So the warm waters here and the continuous favorable conditions around this area. So I won't be surprised if this becomes a category 3 in its lifetime before it reaches Okinawa and northern China here. As I said before, the computer models and CECMWF including our forecast, are generally keeping the storm away from landfall from Taiwan and Luzon. However, JTWC is actually showing landfall in eastern Taiwan and into Taipei, making another second landfall in China, passing through Shanghai and into the Yellow Sea. That is their forecast for Meari as of 00 Zulu. JMA says 6 Zulu forecast, the latest forecast from the agency, is also showing that close pass to the northern tip of Taiwan in 2 to 3 days time there. If you extrapolate that, it could track also make a landfall to eastern China by next week or early next week on Monday perhaps. Both tracks are showing movement away from Kadena and away from Okinawa. So for these agencies, it looks like the island is safe, although could feel the effects still. Our forecast again is leaning more to the eastern side and in line with the computer models here, showing a poleward movement away from Taiwan and passing just west of Okinawa. Although again, this is still 3 days away, 3 to 4 days away. Still lots of things to be ironed out, and I won't. Just don't be surprised if forecasts will change day by day, because they do. Computer models and weather agencies do shift their forecasts day by day, hour per hour even. And just keep it here for the latest updates, and as well as to your official weather agencies for the latest warnings. Also, I forgot to show you the track from Pag-asa here, so showing that general west-northwestward turning to the north track. They are actually the eastern outlier among the weather agencies as of this moment, although this is taken 8 a.m. Philippine time today. So relatively older forecast from them. We expect their latest forecast to come out tonight, so stay tuned for that. Again, for Pag-asa, they're showing a track away from Luzon and away from Taiwan, different from JMA and JDWC, which are forecasting landfall. JMA also forecasting close pass to Taiwan and into eastern China. And our forecast in line with the computer models and taking a middle track between JTWC and Pag-asa here. So again, just listen and keep it right here, as well as your official weather agencies, Pag-asa, JMA, Central Weather Bureau from Taiwan. Also, you can go to storm2k.org. Plenty of meteorological discussions from weather enthusiasts and professional meteorologists around the world, discussing preparations, latest observations in their areas. You can meet a lot of people there. Just talk about weather. Also, as I said, just keep it to westernpacificweather.com for the latest video and text updates. We're releasing also that, and also the YouTube channel RP Weather. As I said, Rob Center will not be with us for the next few weeks, so I'm going to be filling in for his videos for a while. And that is the update for today. Thanks for watching. Comments and suggestions and questions, you can always visit us with philippineweather@yahoo.com there, and as well as westernpacificweather.com here. This is the main site for this video updates as well as the text updates. Just taking this from the blog here, sagitnanambag.blogspot.com. So that's it for today. Keep safe, and again, just be updated with the weather forecast. Bye.